Well, I got this 99 model C240 here. Complaint was loss of coolant. I've only owned it for a week, so I made them tow it here, and it's got an interesting problem, this one has. As you can see, the belt's not the happiest, is it? Well, I'll go start it up and then you can see what it's doing, and then you can probably guess where the problem is. Belt's got the fit flapping and hitting stuff like that hose. Well, I don't know if you can see that on camera at all, but there's a piece of the belt hanging off, like that bit, but worse, and it's flapping on everything and slapping it. And when it's done, it's been hitting this hose down there. I'll see if I can get a shot of that. To the point that, there we go, the hose has got a nice hole in it now. So that's fairly simple and straightforward. Belt is broken enough to rip a hole in that hose. It's a bit of a weird design actually, having a hose so close to a belt like that, but you know, new belt, new hose, and it should be on its way again. Well, I fixed this up for now. It's got a new belt on it. I've made sure it's not rubbing on anything, and I've sort of hacked this together for now, because I tried getting a new hose for it, but even a genuine one, there's probably about a 10-day wait for it to get over to this country, because there's none here. So that should get it back on the road again. So I'll just give it an oil change and it should be good. But what killed the old belt, I'd say, in the roadworthy report they said the oil cooler, which is just under here, is leaking. And what's directly under the oil cooler? The belt. So, and the belt seemed quite oil affected, and it's just flowing apart. And that's what the belt did to this section of hose. Just tore a hole in it basically. So it's just a tiny little hole, but it's enough to cook your engine. But the hose looked pretty new. So yeah, shit happens. And here's what's left of the old belt. It should be a 6 PK, but it's down to 4 ribs in some places. A little bit there. Pretty sad. But, if I get around to the spot that tore in, see there's that piece that came off, but that wasn't causing a problem. Where is it? Bloody long belt. Keep turning, keep turning. Let's see how long it is. And coming up to the piece that caused the damage here. There it is. That was just slapping on everything and wore a hole in the hose. And lucky it didn't do anything else like power steering hoses. So yeah, I checked everything out and it seemed okay. So, There we go, all good, holding pressure, not leaking. Not too happy with the tensioner pulley though, it's a little worn. This car's going to be going on like a 1500 kilometre trip soon, so I think I'll replace that before it goes anywhere. And hopefully the new hose shows up by then. I can't have the car sitting here for 8 days just because of the stupid water leak. Now let it cool down and change the oil and filter. Well, I removed the oil filter, which badly needed changing. That's horrible. But that's what I hate about all modern cars. They've got a ridiculous amount of plastic in them. That's the oil filter housing. The oil filter slips up on that. You've got to change all these O-rings on it too. It's just silly. The old models were good. You just had a cartridge, put them in the canister, and off they went. It's got all this stuff that can go wrong. So it's just silly. Well, I've pulled off the under tray so I could change the oil, and this tells the story itself. This car had a roadworthy less than 60 kilometres ago, and for them not to pick up this problem with the belt, that looks old. So let's say it was already flying apart when it was in for roadworthy and they didn't even notice. So there's just belt everywhere here. It's just belt. That oil's bad. Looks lumpy in the camera, but that's just all foam. That's terrible. Oh well, getting changed.